All right, folks. Good morning, everyone. It is 10 a.m. and we're going to get started. Okay. So this is getting a little interesting. If you look over at the project for first period, it's basically done. All I really have to do is assemble a few more drawers. And we can't really add too many more cleats in here until I know exactly what we're going to hang there. So I have to know the size of the parts that are going to hang there. So this cabinet's basically done with the exception of the leftover drawers to be assembled in the cleats. So what I'm doing, since we're a little bit, let me see if this works. Since we're actually a little bit behind on this, it takes quite a bit of finish work and hand work. So I'm working on your cabinet in first period as well. Okay. So basically what I've done today is, that's the wrong way. I cannot figure this out. I'm fitting drawers. Okay. So this morning I came in early. Well, I guess you'd call it my normal time, and glued up the drawers, and they're set enough to be able to do this. But here's the trick. Here's what we want to be sure and do. Okay. This first small drawer, I never go the right way. Okay. Took a little bit of work to get it to fit, but the goal was to have a consistent gap all the way around the drawer, and to have a nice fit. I added the rest of this slick tape. I still had to put it on the bottom for the underside of the drawer as opposed to the edges of the sides of the drawer. So that's what I'm doing, is fitting drawers. Okay, so this first one, a little bit of hand plane work, a little bit of trimming on the table saw actually, and a little bit of cabinet scraper work, got it to fit really well. This drawer, for some oddball reason, just slid right in, looked nice. I may have a little bit of work to do over here, but it's actually not bad. It looks worse on screen, but okay, so I have a decent gap here. Okay. There's some work to do along here, blah, 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 blah. But so we're going to work on fitting a drawer, show you guys how to fit a flush mount drawer. And I went the wrong way again. Okay, so we're going to work on fitting, and I've got to go to the other side where the bench vices are, on fitting a flush mount drawer. Okay, so let's take a look at how that works. And like I said, the goal here is an even gap all the way around the drawer. That's what we want. So this next drawer will be that guy. Okay. So I'm going to have to turn this around a little bit so I can kind of see it. You guys can see it a little better that way as well. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. These have a distinct front and back. If you guys remember, the fronts are thicker than the backs are, so that makes it easy. I don't have to worry about screwing up and forgetting which end goes where. But so this is a snug fit. I can't get it in all the way because of the tape, so I'm going to have to take some off this surface and off this surface. Okay, and there's a couple different ways we can do this. There's the fast, well, I guess I don't want to call it fast way. There's an expeditious way that we can use a hand plane. Okay, that's going to remove more material. We also have a cabinet scraper, and all a cabinet scraper is a piece of flat stainless steel, and you file this edge perfectly flat, and then you take what's called a, for life I can't think of it, it's basically the shaft of a screwdriver, and at an angle rub it back and forth across here, and what it does, it creates a little hook on the edge of it, so that when you use this, they're actually very handy. We use them a lot in the guitar class because we want to take very minimal amounts off. But it basically produces, or should produce if it's cutting properly, it should just produce these really nice little shavings. I know you guys can't see that, that's pretty lame. But it should just take tiny bits off. So the way that's fitting, I think what I want to do is try and get a little more material off. So we'll do the hand plane a little bit and see what we can get. And I want to take it the same amount off both sides, if I can. So just kind of shave it a little bit. Take some off the other side. It's a process. I got the canvas for the timbre door yesterday. So I stopped at Home Depot and just got some painter's canvas drop off for $11, something like that. And I'm still debating whether to do contact cement or try that wood glue trick with the iron that we watched the little short video on. I'm debating which to do. I have the contact cement stuff, and we've done that before in the past, and I know it works. What I don't want to do is screw up. It's going to be 40 separate slats that make up this timbre door. I really don't want to screw up the slats and have to cut new ones. I want it to work right the first time. So I'm going to still kind of debate on that and try and figure out what I really want to do. All right, let's see if this thing's starting to work its way in. Snug fit. So it goes in, but it's kind of difficult. So that last part is a little stuck. And I can't honestly tell where. But it may be at the back. It's not stuck there. It just doesn't want to fit. This one, really nice. I mean, that slick tape really works well. That one fit really nice. This one did too. This one actually binds a little bit, which means it's a little undersized, and we can actually fix that. Let's see what's going on with this one. I keep screwing around with the other drawers, and this is what I'm worried about right now. So it goes in, but it's too tight at the end. And where am I hitting? Let's see. It's gotta be right there. See if I can just take a little bit off that. That's just barely shaving it. I'm not usually a very patient guy, but this stuff kind of forces me to slow down, and it's actually kind of an enjoyable portion of a build. Once you get that drawer to fit just right, there we go. That's what we want. Okay, let's check our gaps around it, and we'll see what we got. Hey, I went the right way the first for that. Okay, so our gaps look fairly even all around. Some of this is weird shadows and stuff. I don't know why, but you can see we've got a good gap all the way around. And there will be a stop at the back that stops this drawer perfectly flush. Okay, and we still have the decorative beadwork to put around that front edge as well. So we've got that going for us. So our next trick, let's see which one's next. It looks like this upper one. Okay. We'll try and fit this up one real quick. And the last one is just sitting in the vise over here when I glued it up this morning. All right, so what's the problem with this guy? He no want to fit. All right, so let's see what we've got. This is going to be interesting. All right, let's see what we can do. See if we can get this guy to fit. Okay. screws do not want to fit. It's odd. Because this one went together cleaner than the others. I don't know what it is. What I don't want to do is run this hand plane off the end here. I don't want to take a big chunk out of this trailing edge as it exits. So I'm going to come back over here and go from the other direction. And that can be dangerous too, because the plane was running smoothly going that direction, which means I was probably going to drain the wood. So this might actually go the other way, but not really. This is a great plane for this kind of work. It's a low angle block plane. And all that means is that the blade on this, okay, is at a fairly low angle, like, well, that's stupid, let's guess that. So it's at a fairly low angle, like this, as opposed to some other planes where the blade's at a steeper angle like this. So this tends to not grab and tear out of that. So we've got that going. Let's try to go on the other side. What I don't want to do is take it all off one side. Why? I don't know. I can make something up. You probably believe, but all right, let's get some on this side. This is taking the plane really well. Sometimes it's combative. This is not. It's taking it very well. Come at it from the other side. And let's see what we've got. Let's see if we're getting closer. Cross your fingers. It's a little too tight. Okay, so I'm going to try to hand the cabinet scraper here for a second. Let's see what we get. This side. This side, a little up the top. There's people trying to get in. Let me let them in real quick. Looks like they got bounced and trying to get back in, but we'll see. Logan. And Logan's trying to get back in. Sorry about, you guys might have been sitting there a while. Sorry about that. I didn't look. Okay, let's try this fit again. I also want to kind of keep in mind, I've been trying to keep it in mind as I do these fits, that I'm also going to sand all these surfaces as well, and that'll remove a tiny bit of material, but generally not enough to be an issue. It's just too snug. And it's that one spot right there that is tight. All right, we're gonna have to get it off there. It's not, it's the sides, right? It's not the top. Yeah, that top exit has the right gap, I think. That's okay. Let's see what's got the sides. More off. crazy. I don't want the board flopping around. Yeah, it'll off this one, and I think it might be just right. Hey guys, I actually have a class going right now. Oddly enough, you can say hi.
We'll bug you later then.
So all I really have is something similar to one of these nightstands sitting here. You know.
Okay. Something I can use until students back for.
Yeah, these two actually, I need it for another day or two. I'm using those as for teaching the two beginning classes. Each class had one made in their class. It's the same thing. This is advanced and this is intermediate. But they'll be done today or tomorrow.
Okay. I just need something to stick in my office. So
You might
they'll
look.
Just come back to you.
Okay, yeah, and we can have a chance to look in the storage out there and see what's out there too.
You're good for suppliers, right? I got a guy from Beaverton who wants to talk to you.
I know he's got a hold of me a couple times already, and I let him know, hey, we're not really buying much right now.
We don't have anything. Okay,
Yeah.
I told him I'd talk to you, but you needed, you would have got me. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna sit on it for now.
That's what I figured. Okay.
All right. Thanks,
I
guys.
did my duty.
All right. So that's probably that's just Miss Hayes and Mr. Sarver. She needs a little table or cabinet or something like that for her office. Just get her these slides there. Just so you guys know, so you're up on it. Is that better? Yeah, look at that. Gaps look good. Okay. One more drawer, folks. I bet we can get it done. And here she is. Large one on the bottom. And I haven't got a clue how this fits right now. Only one of them was this guy right here. Slid right in, perfect, without any extra work. This guy is not gonna. Okay, so we're gonna take a little off, just like the other one. Let's see if we can get. Yeah, this one's gonna take some, I think. That's gonna be a little more. Let's get some from the other side. Haven't joined this yet. You guys should be doing this. Stop there on that side. I don't want to go too crazy. That could be taken a couple different ways. Honestly. Okay. Same thing over here. All right, let's take a look at that. See how that did. Front, back. What do you guys think? It's gonna fit? First time's the charm. Come on, do what I told you. Yeah, we're still a little stuck. Let me see where I think. Yeah, I'm gonna start with this 6 right here. Because this is just a hair crowd right here. There's the tiniest little catch right there. So take out of that. Let's see here. Plain iron is a little dusty. Ways to go. Side. This is one of the reasons I really prefer solid wood floors as opposed to a sheet good. There's a lot of floors that are made out of balsa birch or hardboard or something like that. But fitting a floor, especially if it's a flush mount floor like this, where you can see the gaps around the opening and the septic floor, that'd be very difficult to do with sheet good. It looks terrible. You have to pretty much nail it on your measurements and your fit. Let's see how that does. Taking quite a bit off. All right, come on, baby. What is the deal? I think it's catching. Wow, that's coconuts. Let me try going in from the back and see if I can tell a little better how it's big. It's definitely hitting the sides. So we got to take more off. That's all there is to it. You guys really screwed this one up, didn't you? Jeez, man. Can't get good help anymore. I can kind of tell what's wrong here, what's going on, but it looks as if it should drop right in. You guys realize when I use the plane, I'm not going off the back edge, okay? I don't want this to tear out when it exits. So that's actually kind of important. That's why I'm going back and forth in both directions. This way. I think we're getting close. Whoa. Take too much off. What is the deal here? Move this around so I can get to it. You guys see that? Not really. Do you care? Not really. All right. What?
Yeah.
You can see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Maybe try taking a little bit off of like the bottom of the opening, maybe.
Looks like the hand planing. Okay. It's catching like right here. So I may have a little bit of a crown from the hand planing. I may have taken more off on the sides and not the center. So I'm gonna try one thing. I'm gonna go over the edge sander real quick. You guys hang on one second. I'm just gonna try and get that crown up there real quick. edge sander to see what was going on. And there was a little crown in the kind of a humpy hump like that. Let's see if I can still tell where it's happening. Okay, that's just too tight, but we're in, so it's just a little bit more. Okay, and that might be cabinet scraper. It's just too tight right there. Let's see what the scraper can do on that. Just take it off. Where did I put it? Anybody see it? There it is. Why is it over there? I don't remember putting it over there. What happens when you roll it everywhere? All right, so let's see what we got here. Will seriously make your fingers cramp up. You have to kind of bend this a little bit when you're doing it. And it gets hot when you're doing it right. It gets pretty warm. The other side, I think this might do it. I hope. Final countdown. I hope. Shavings are really fine that come off this thing. When they're running right, these are great little tools, inexpensive. Nice little addition to your arsenal. If you do it right, you can actually get a pretty darn nice finish on the surface with one of these as well. All right, let's see what we got. Lines up a little bit. I don't like that. That's still too tight. I can see again where I'm hitting. Okay. Got to come off this side. Definitely has to come off this side. Nothing down here. Is there something down here that's giving me grief as well? Good. Right there. All right, so it's got to be this side right here. Let's attack it. Get this done. On that timbre, that's going to be interesting. Side. All right, let's take a look. This one's turning out to be the most difficult of them all. Of course it is, the last one. All right, come on. Slide. Getting caught right there. All right, so there we go. Let's see what our gap looks like. I've got just a little bit of fine tuning left on that. Okay. So our gaps look okay. All right. Let's take a closer look. See, that's the wrong way, man. This remote is weird. So our gaps look okay. All right. So the next thing we have to do to this is the bead work. And let me pull that up.
Kind of looks like they're really close on the sides.
What's that? Yeah,
You see the side?
That camera doesn't really show it real well. I've got a little bit more here to take off because the gap here doesn't quite match this one. So I'm gonna set it up so I can clean that up a little bit. Trying to look at the rest. Other than that, they're pretty good. And I'll set some stops in the back so the drawer closes to the right spot. But the next trick thing is, and I've done this before. I did this with an entertainment center I actually made, 6-7 years ago for my house. And it was the same basic process. And if that thing will go up. Come on, there we go. So yeah, I was looking at the tambour door stuff. So the next thing we need to do is, and they do this, they created these rabbets after the drawers were assembled. So, okay, that's fine. But there's gonna be a rabbet that goes all the way around the front. It's gonna be a 1/4 inch deep and a 1/4 inch wide. So this represents the rabbet on the drawer front right here. So that 1/4 inch rabbet, and then it's all this drawer beading. Now, the biggest thing I'm concerned about when it comes to these trims on the front is tear out on the end grain when I create that rabbet. So I'm gonna have to be very careful. I'll use the good stacked dado set. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to do. Okay, so they and as usual, they want you to make the rabbet first, and then you can thickness this bead stuff to fit perfectly in the rabbet. In other words, it's got to be flush right at the top. And then the fun part is these are all little 45-degree miters to assemble these on this guy. So most likely this afternoon or this evening, I'll go ahead and try one of these rabbets, see if I can set these rabbets up, and that'll allow me to start milling the material for these beads. That's a process, getting all that beadwork done. I won't make you watch the whole thing, but I want you to see some of it because fitting those miters and having them look good is really tight work because you're looking at a piece right here. This F piece really on the small drawers is only about 3 inches long. And heck, that's one of the big drawers. So on the little guys, it's only about this piece, or this trim piece here on the little drawers is only 2 3/8 long. So it's a bit sketchy, but we'll get it done. See the little drawer stop on the back? They just glue a little block right there. They close the drawer, get it exactly where they want it, set a little block behind it, glue it on there, and you're golden. It stops at the right place every time. Okay, so I hope by the end of the week, by Thursday or so, we're doing the timbres. That's gonna depend a lot on how much time I have to actually get the timbres themselves milled and ready to go. I've got everything else. I've got contact cement. I've got the canvas. I just need to make a jig. We have to have a jig for this thing. Well, it just did that. This little guy right here. It's got to be some sort of a jig here to hold these timbres in place. And so I want to get this done because I think we only have this week and next week, something like that, pretty much. So I want to get this part. I'd really like to get the tamper portion done. So yeah, so there we are. That's where we are. Boatloads of fun. Yay. Back out. We're getting there slow but sure. We'll get the door on it and get ready to go. All right. So this is Monday. Sorry, it's only Monday. I wish it was Friday again. But please be sure and put your name in the chat windows for attendance. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of the day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Okay? Bye, folks. Have a great day. Later, Andrew.